Welcome to my Asshole Podcast. Let's get into it. Hi, hello, and welcome back to my Asshole Podcast. Man, woo! Oh, we are halfway through with 2025, man. How y'all feeling? Man? It is halftime. Baby. Oh, hopefully you guys have been accomplishing some goals and sticking to your New Year's resolutions and all that stuff, man, because we're 6 months into this bad boy. You know, I mean, I had some resolutions and some things that, you know, I wanted to accomplish, and you know, I could say with some great confidence that, yeah, dude, I've been keeping it pretty good. My resolution was definitely to stream more consistently, which I think I've been doing pretty well. I definitely could stream more, but there are times where, you know, your boy just be getting tired. I ain't gonna lie to you. And so, you know, I don't stream as often, but I have been streaming every Monday though. All right. I've been very consistent with the Monday. I haven't missed a Monday. I want to say I haven't missed a Monday yet, if I'm being straight with you. I don't think I've missed a Monday. I might have missed a Monday. I'm not 100% sure, but I've been pretty consistent with going live on Monday. You know, trying to play different games and just, you know, be interesting, entertaining, hopefully, you know, hang out with you guys, whatever the case may be. And so I have been enjoying the streams. I've been doing that. It's definitely been getting me out of my like comfort zone, because obviously when I film the podcast, it's nice because I'm just recording it, and so it's kind of just me, my thoughts, and the cameras, and it's really nice. But with streaming, it's different. I have to be a little more like improv, and I got to be more on it when it comes to just like thinking of things to say, thinking of topics to talk about, stories, all that good stuff. Like it is a different beast. I will not lie to you. Streaming is definitely a different beast, but I think now I've gotten a pretty good hold of it. I've gotten pretty good, you know, like I've gotten used to it to the point where I'm like, okay, I'm comfortable being in front of a camera and it being a live audience versus like this where it's pre-recorded, and you know, it just doesn't, I don't feel the pressure of it like this. I when I first started filming for the podcast, I felt the pressure a lot of times. It was just like, oh my God, you know, people are going to see this and they're going to hear what I'm saying, and you know, it just, you had a lot to think about in your head. And then over the time, you know, because I started this podcast in 2023, crazy enough. Like, it's crazy to think I started this in 2023. That shows you like how fast time has been flying. I ain't gonna lie to you. And so the more I did it, and you know, the more I kind of, you know, came up with episodes and topics, and the more like you guys, the listeners, got involved into it. It's gotten to a point where, you know, I get in front of the camera and I just feel comfortable. I'm just chilling. You know what I mean? It's just nice. I'm like, man, this is just awesome, you know? And it's cool because, you know, I get to help you guys out with your scenarios, or I get to react to your scenarios. We get it, you know, involved in these cool threads. And the fact that I've been able to like keep up with threads for the past 3 years or 2 years. Yeah, 2 years. Coming up with like unique threads for every single episode. That shit is not easy. I ain't gonna lie to you. That shit is not easy. And then the amount of episodes I do a week. I mean, I do 4 episodes a week, you know, I mean, obviously you guys only see 3 episodes, but, I do the Patreon episode every single week. So like every single Friday, you know, the Patreon people are getting a Patreon episode regardless. So it's like, you know, I'm doing 4 episodes a week, and I'm glad that Sunday, you know, I kind of did the Sunday episodes the way I did it, where, you know, I used to do them every Sunday, and that was burning me out. I won't lie to you. And I think after I think after the first year of just doing Sunday episodes consistently every single week, I stopped doing it and I started doing it every other week in 2024. And that to me, I think was better because it allowed for me to, for one, take a break. To be able to get into like doing different styles of content, where as far as like the streaming and stuff like that. Because I won't lie to you, it took a lot to get into streaming just because I wanted to do it a certain way. And it's funny because a lot of my friends are getting into streaming and stuff. And for me, I tell them, I'm like, because they always ask me for advice because obviously they see my streams and they're like, yo, dude, your shit looks good. You know, like the quality's high, you know what I mean? Everything looks good and stuff like that. And I'm like, for one, it was extremely expensive. I probably spent close to maybe almost like $2,000 to $3,000 just to get my streaming set up just the way I wanted it, from like upgrading the monitor to the building the computer, as well as all the audio stuff like the Go XLR and all the different wires and components it took to like get, you know, my gaming PC to like you know, capture and get the audio and all that kind of stuff, and then having my microphone like share, you know, between both computers to where it's like both computers are hearing the microphone, both computers are hearing the game, both computers can see the game. And, you know, and I always tell people, I'm like, look, bro, just do a single PC setup because it ain't fucking worth it. I won't lie to you. It ain't fucking worth it. It was a lot of money, a lot of research. And it's just, woo, you have no idea how many cords I bought on Amazon that I had to return. It was all bad. Oh, I would buy shit and I'm just like, fuck, this doesn't work. Fuck, this is not the right cord. Damn it. It sucked, bro. It sucked. And so, you know, it was nice, like I said, having that kind of Sunday off where I would not do a podcast episode. I would be able to kind of research and look into my streaming setup and how I wanted to do it. And so once I was able to get it working and get it smooth, you know what I mean, it was nice. Now, you know, the streaming setups are beautiful. I even have another streaming setup for my console. And so, you know, whenever you guys see a different background, you know, and it's like my bed behind me instead of how it normally is, where it's like my mirror and all that kind of stuff. You know, it's funny because like I remember my first stream on my PS5 and it was funny because Bananas, shout out to her, she was like, what new setup, what's going on here? And I'm just like, oh yeah, you know what I mean? Like that streaming setup was significantly easier to set up. But that was when Monster Hunter came out, and it was funny because I did a Monster Hunter stream on my PC, and then Monster Hunter decided to just not work on my computer, and I was freaking the fuck out, and I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. So then I went in and spent like close to maybe $600-700 just to get the streaming setup, you know, for my console, because obviously I had to get a good capture card, and then I had to get like another HDMI, and then I had to get like the like USB extenders. I had to buy like another webcam, and I had to do a whole bunch of stuff. And then like for me, I have like overlays and start screens and all that kind of stuff, so I had to set that up in OBS and all this kind of, it was a nightmare, man, but we got it set up. And so, you know, streaming has definitely been a thing where I've enjoyed it. I'm at work thinking about it. I won't lie to you. Sometimes like I enjoy streaming a little more than I do filming the podcast. And I know that's like horrible to say because I know you guys really do love the content, whether it's the Thursday episodes, whether it's the Tuesday or Sunday episodes where, you know, we have the thread and the and you guys' scenarios and stuff like that. Obviously, you know, the majority of you guys really enjoy the books and stuff. And so, you know, it's one of those things where I'm like, no, I love streaming, but I gotta stay consistent from my people. So, you know what I mean? I try to give you guys the content as much as possible. But yeah, man, it's just one of those things where for me, I had a resolution for this year. and I feel like we're 6 months in, and I feel like I'm accomplishing it, man. I'm accomplishing it. I'm definitely getting used to streaming, getting used to being in front of like a live camera and all that kind of stuff, and being just comfortable with it, because it is not easy. It is not easy, man. Like I said, even just this, the setup I have for the podcast, that took some time to get used to. But once I got used to it, I was like, man, this is actually really nice. It's funny because I go back and watch old episodes of the podcast, and because I like to watch myself to kind of see how I improve and stuff, and to kind of see if I can be better and I can do something different. I can kind of change things up, whether it's my background, whether it's how I speak, the scenarios, the structure of the show, all that kind of stuff, because we tried a lot of things before we really got the structure like this. We tried a bunch of things, and I think honestly the best thing that we ever did was add books to the show. Adding the Thursday book talk thing. I think that right there was probably the best thing that ever happened to this show, because you guys really love those episodes. Those seem like to be your favorite episodes. Even during stream, y'all motherfuckers be asking about it. I get it all the time during stream. Oh, did you do Haunting Adeline book 2? Oh, when are you going to do more of the Quarter of Thorns and Roses series? Oh, when are you going to do, will you do this book? Will you do that book? You know what I mean? Like, a lot of people ask me about it because they do love that content. And I like it too, because it allows me to pretty much give you guys content that you would otherwise kind of have to pay for, and you don't really have to. You get it free, like right here. You know what I mean? So I think it's great. But yeah, man, like I said, as far as New Year's resolutions go and stuff like that, I definitely feel like I am accomplishing my New Year's resolution goal. And I'm glad that I got to share that with you guys. We are 6 months in to the year. Hopefully you guys have been accomplishing your goals for the year. And if you have been, definitely let me know down in the comments, man. Let me know what your resolution is, and are you accomplishing that goal? And if you're not, hopefully, in the second half, you can accomplish it, man. Hopefully it is. Whether you want to be a streamer, whether you want to start YouTube, whether you want to get a new job, a new car, whatever it may be. Hopefully you can get in there, man, and get it done, because it's not impossible. I always tell people, man, it's not impossible. I used to watch and listen to podcasts all the time at work and all that kind of stuff. And then I just thought to myself, I'm like, you know what? I could do that. And then I watch a lot of streamers and stuff. Like, I watch a couple of different streamers that I really like. And I'm like, I could do that. You know what I mean? And it's one of those things where it's just like, you got to realize nothing is impossible. All you have to do is start. And I think starting is the hardest part, because for me, that was the hardest part when it came to the podcast. That's what it was when I started streaming. I was like, bro, there's no fucking way I can do this. Same thing with the podcasting. I was like, there's no fucking way I can do this. And so once you start, it's infectious, because it's all you think about. Like, you'll be at work like, bro, I can't wait to go home to film a podcast. I can't wait to go home to stream. I can't wait to do this. I can't wait to do that. Trust me, it is going to be all you fucking think about. I will not lie to you. It will be all you think about, because I know it is for me. And that's just what the infectiousness of like starting something that you are passionate about, and trying to see how far you could take it and achieve the goal of it and all that kind of stuff. But again, if you haven't started that goal, man, just do it, man. In the wise words of Shia LaBeouf, just do it. You know what I mean? But I'm done yapping. All right. Sorry about that. Let's get into today's thread. All right. I'm already 15 minutes into this goddamn podcast, and I haven't even started the thread. I apologize to that. All right. Our thread for today is, what's the most NSFW thing you've seen at a concert? All right. We're going to get right on into it. We're just going to dive right in. Okay. Not the NSFW level as these other responses, but here's a mystery that I've never found an answer to. In a small lounge type of venue, two girls sitting together, friendly, not necessarily a couple. One girl gets up, assuming to go use the bathroom. While gone, the other girl takes her friend's drink, slurps it up, ice and all, then dribbles it back into the glass, puts it back like nothing happened. Friend comes back from the bathroom. They just carry on like normal. What?
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
So she was just like, oh yeah, girl, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. She's like, oh my God, I gotta use the bathroom. All right, go ahead, bye. She takes homegirl's drink. She's like, and then she's like, spits it back into the cup and then just sets it down.
What?
That is crazy. That is disgusting. Imagine someone doing that and you don't even know. You don't even know. I would feel like seeing that. I would feel obligated to be like, yo, hold on. She just drank your shit and then spit it back into the cup. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. On one hand, it's like, yo, that ain't my problem. But on the other hand, it's like, I witnessed it, so maybe I should, like, warn the girl. Or maybe this is just, like, a little kinky thing that they do. You know what I mean? I don't know, bro. It's disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. What's the most NSFW thing you've seen at a concert? I was at a Motley Crue concert. Our seats were at the front of the mezzanine section with a walkway and then a rail in front of us. This chick in a miniskirt is standing at the rail yelling at her friends down below, bends over, and she got no underwear on under the skirt. So me and my friend are just sitting 3 feet away staring at her bare vagina and butthole. That's crazy. Yo, she was trying to get some dick that night. There ain't no way in hell she was going to the concert with no underwear on and a tiny mini skirt on, and she wasn't trying to get some penis. Yeah, she was trying to get some dong, brother. That's what that is. She was trying to get some dong. She is like, yeah, I'm about to get drunk. I'm about to find me a man's, and he about to wreck this coochie. Woo, man. Yeah.
Keep it on to the streets.
Most definitely. All right, what's the most NSFW thing you've seen at a concert? Big Day Out concert in Sydney. Nirvana was on that year. Damn, this is old. Saw a guy in double denim laying in the trough in the men's toilet. Oh, face up and fully aware while all the guys pissed on him. That's disgusting. Oh, that's nasty, bruh. Oh, and those troughs are disgusting too. I hate even pissing in them because, for one, when you pee in it, it is hot. Oh my God, it's disgusting. And then on top of that, it splashes. I ain't gonna lie to you. Yeah. Your piss is just being splashed on you. It's disgusting, dude. I hate taking a piss at concerts and venues and all that kind of stuff. They have the worst bathrooms, and they try to put ice and shit in there, but it's like, bro, that ice is gone in an hour. If I'm being straight with you, that shit's disgusting. Oh my God. All right, what's the most NSFW thing you've seen at a concert? A girl got totally naked at a concert and then somehow managed to make her way on stage. She proceeded to dance on stage naked until security intervened. That's crazy. What the fuck? She had to have been on something. There's no way a girl would be feeling the music that much to where she would get naked and then get on stage where everybody can see her. Nah, bro. Nah, I bet the dudes were just like, oh, hell yeah. Woo, this is a concert. They're like, yeah. Oh, this is what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. That is crazy. Dude. Hey, man, you know, gotta do what you gotta do sometimes. All right, what's the most NSFW thing you've seen at a concert? No less than 3 couples in my field division having full penetrative sex. Carly Rae Jepsen in 2022. What? Carly Rae Jepsen is up on stage, just, here's my number, so call me maybe. Hey, I just met you. And they're just like, hey, I just met you. And this is crazy, but here's my number, so call me maybe. Oh, I busted a nut. Like, bro, what? And that would be crazy if, like, they made, like, a pit. They made like a pit at a Carly Rae Jepsen show, and they're just fucking in the middle of the pit. That would be crazy. How, bruh? How do you get away with something like that? That's insane to me, man. Wow. What's the most NSFW thing you've seen at a concert? Saw a guy get a blowjob during Comfortably Numb at a Pink Floyd concert. Really doesn't get any better than that. I mean, you know, like, again, I truly think that these girls be on some shit. You know, they be on something, and they're just like, you know what? I just need something. I need something just inside me, you know? Like, it's, god damn, son. Yeah, that'd be kind of dope, won't lie. It'd be kind of dope. You know, get some head while you're just listening to some psychedelic music. I don't know if Pink Floyd's psychedelic. I really don't know. I've never really listened to Pink Floyd. Yeah, shoot me if you want to. It's all good. I've never listened to them. I just know they exist because people used to wear their shirt all the time, and I'd be like, oh, who's Pink Floyd? And nobody would know who the fuck they are. I'm like, nigga, then why are you wearing the shirt? And they're like, oh, well, you know, it's kind of cool. I'm like, okay. All right, man, you fucking poser. Yeah, they would always go to Hot Topic and buy a Pink Floyd shirt and then not know who the fucking Pink Floyd is. I didn't know Pink Floyd was a band until I was like 22. You know what I mean? I used to see that shit in high school all the time. And so I was just like, oh, Pink Floyd must be just like a skater brand, or, you know, it's a clothing brand or something. That's what I thought Pink Floyd was for the longest time. And then I was like, oh, shit, that's a band? Oh, well, okay, damn, sure. I didn't know. You know what I mean? I didn't know. Yeah, I never wore their shirt, though, because I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't want to be a fucking weirdo. All right, what's the most NSFW thing that you've seen at a concert? Some dude pulled a girl down by her hair, then everyone around him proceeded to kick his ass. I took the opportunity to move up to the front row. Facts. Also, I've seen Guar in concert twice, so all of that. Okay, I don't know who Guar is, but sure. And facts, man. Facts. There's dudes that be doing weird shit at concerts. I don't understand it. Like, the last time me and my best friend, we went to Mayhem Fest, and there was a dude. He was like a big fat guy, and we were watching August Burns Red, and you know, everybody's just like having a good time. We're all headbanging, you know what I mean? We're all being bros and shit. We don't even know each other. Like, we don't know any of the guys that are in the crowd and whatnot. But we're just being bros, man. We just all love the same music. We're all just, you know, doing our thing. And so this fat dude comes in, and, you know, he sees us being all bro and whatnot, and he like shoves one of the dudes really hard. And bro's like, yo, what the fuck, man? What's going on? And so then he's like pretending like, you know, I guess he's trying to create a pit. I think that's what he was trying to do. And so then he hit one of the dudes, and then like this big ass buff dude came out of nowhere and like socked him out, like broke his nose, all that shit. And then like the big dude's homies were just like, yo, man, hey, back the fuck up. And so then he tried to like go after the guy that punched him and made his nose bleed. And homeboy must have really knew how to fight, because homeboy, the fat dude, was running at him, and he was just like, boom, stopped him right in his tracks. I was like, oh shit. And mind you, me and my best friend are like right there. Like he is right here getting knocked the fuck out. And so the fat dude's trying to get up. And so then he like gets up and he like leans towards my best friend, grabs onto him, and is just bleeding all over his shirt and pants. And we were like, oh, bro. And so then I had to jump into this shit. I was like, bro, get the fuck off my friend. You know what I mean? So I had to like push this fat nigga off my friend. You know what I mean? Because obviously my friend is like in shock. You know, my best friend Alex is just in shock. He's like, what the fuck? And so then I had to push this fat nigga off of him. And so then we get out of the crowd and, you know, we had to go to the fucking bathroom to like wash him off because he's got this random dude's blood on him now. You know what I mean? We had to buy him a new shirt, all that shit. I was like, oh, bruh. Yeah, it was, man. Crazy shit be happening, you know, crazy shit be happening. And people just be doing some wild shit for no reason. No reason, man. God. All right, on to our next one. What's the most NSFW thing that you've seen at a concert? I saw two girls going down on each other at the concert once. All of the attention was on them while the band played. That's crazy. Imagine being the band. You know what I mean? You work on this set list. You guys are practicing all this. You know what I mean? You got this whole big crowd and everybody's just watching two girls eat each other's coochies. And that's just what it's like. Damn, son. Damn. What concerts y'all be going to, man? Because I ain't ever, I mean, maybe I have, I don't know. But, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, bro, where y'all going to these concerts where motherfuckers are just blatantly having sex in the crowd? Like, what the fuck? That's insane to me. But I guarantee I guarantee I've been in crowds where that's probably happened. I just wasn't in the area that it was probably happening. You know, because I've been to a lot of festivals. I've been to a lot of, you know, Warped Tours when they were doing Warped Tour. And so, you know, it's one of those things where it's just like, I'm sure that's happened. Because, I mean, at Warped Tour, bro, they were giving out condoms. Like, let's be straight. You know what I mean? The condoms sucked. They fucking sucked. Those things were thick as shit. I was like, yo. And then it was one of those things where, you know, I don't want to toot my horn or anything, but they were small. You know what I mean? Because I remember I was watching The Used, and I happened to meet this girl, and, you know, she was just a random girl. I didn't know who she was, but, you know, she loved my energy or whatever, and, you know, we started talking, this and that, and then, you know, we had made out while the songs were playing. It was kind of cool. And so then I was like, yo, you know, let's walk around, whatever. We're doing our thing. And before you knew it, you know, we got a little spicy. And I was like, oh, well, good thing, you know, I got one of these. And she was like, oh, all right. And I was like, cool. Try to put that motherfucker on. Could not get it on, man. I was like, God damn it, man. I did not get some coochie that day because it was too small. And I was like, God damn it, man. What are we doing here? Yeah, it was all bad. It's all bad. Hey, shout out to Warped Tour, man. God damn. Bring that shit back. That shit was lit. They knew what was going down. All right, what's the most NSFW thing you've seen at a concert? A lone girl with no pants on, lying on the ground, twitching from what appears to be a drug-induced seizure. One lone volunteer security guard saving her from being trampled by the Bonnaroo evening horde. What? Yo, that's insane. I've never seen anybody like hopped up on some shit and like, you know, just be, oh, you know what I mean? I've never seen any of that. I have seen like girls pass out because, you know, it's like really hot in the crowd and then, you know, the sun's beating down and all that kind of stuff. Because I remember there was one time a girl, she like passed out in my arms. It was insane. So it was like these 5 girls. And they were like in front of us. And I was like, thank God there's like these short girls right in front of us. Because I really wanted to see the band that was playing. And, you know, I was watching the show, having a good time. And then out of nowhere, this like girl, she was probably like 5 foot, maybe, you know, 4'11", whatever. She falls and she falls right back on me. And I catch her and I'm like, you know what I mean? Because I don't want anybody to think I'm like being weird or whatever. And then her friend is like, oh my God, she passed out. And I'm like, is that what happened? Because I didn't know. I didn't look down. I was looking at her friends like, yo, you gonna get this girl? So then I literally had to like pick her ass up, sling her over my shoulder, just so that way we can get her out of the crowd and get her, like to safety, because, we had to get her out of the fucking crowd. And then, I like laid her down. Sadly, I had to like lay her down on like the hot ass asphalt because, people were kind of being assholes and they didn't want to give us a seat. So I had to lay her on the asphalt, and they got water, and like she had splashed the water on her face, and the homegirl, woke up or whatever. And she was like staring at me like, like I fucking shot her dog or something like that, and she was like all scared or whatever, and she was like, no, and her friends were like, no, he saved you, and she was like, oh, what happened? And I was like, you passed out in my arms, like I didn't know what else to do. She was like, oh shit. She was like, I figured I was going to, but I didn't think I was gonna pass out. And I'm like, girl, you're insane. You're like 4'11", you know what I mean? In this hot ass sun, we're surrounded by all these damn people. Like, yeah, girl, if you don't drink enough water, you're going to pass the fuck out. That shit was insane to me. I won't lie. That was crazy. Absolutely crazy. All right, we're going to do like 3 more of these in one thread. What's the most NSFW thing that you've seen at a concert? A girl shat her pants in the front row at a Modest Mouse concert. Her boyfriend was pushing and yelling to get out of the crowd to the extent we thought she was having a medical emergency, but the smell following gave it away. Oh, and I guarantee you it was one of those things where like she had to doo-doo really bad, but her and her boyfriend, I guarantee you, they were so far up in the front, they knew that like, fuck, if we go to the bathroom right now, we're not going to be able to get back into our spot. And so I guarantee she was like, I can hold it for like another 45 minutes. Their set probably took a lot longer than 45 minutes, because that do be happening sometimes where the sets will go a little longer than usual, because the crowd will be like, oh, one more song, or the band just decides like, oh shit, the energy is high right now, let's just give them one more song, fuck it, we'll go right into another song kind of thing. And I guarantee you they were so far up in the front, they didn't want to lose their spot, and she couldn't hold it anymore and just doo-dooed her panties. Damn, that sucks. Oh, that's all bad. That is all bad. Oh yeah, he did say in the front row. So yeah, they were in the front row. I figured. All right. We'll do 2 more. What's the most NSFW thing you've seen at a concert? When I was 15, I went to a Blink 182 concert in Denver at Fiddler's Green outdoor venue. There was a dude who had to be around my age, smoking a cigar with one hand and his other down his girlfriend's pants. Judging by her expressions and body movement, he was totally finger blasting her. My buddy yelled to me that dude is fingering that chick. That dude heard it because he looked over his shoulder and, I shit you not, gave us a wink while taking a puff of that cigar. That was the coolest person I had ever seen at that point in my life. That man was a Chad, bro. That when I make the joke of Chad Thundercock, that's who I'm talking about. That guy right there. That guy, she is dating Chad Thundercock, because I guarantee you this man is slinging meat so fucking well to the point where she's like, you could just do whatever you want to me, and I don't give a shit. I guarantee you my man was Chad fucking Thundercock, bro. Like I said, that's Chad Thundercock. Whenever I make that reference, that's who I'm referencing. That guy right there. God, I want to be that guy when I grow up. That's my role model right there, man. You know what I need to do? I need to get a picture of that guy and frame it and put it right over my computer and be like, Chad Thundercock, I praise you, brother. I'm telling you, that's a man right there. That's a fucking man. He's like, yeah, finger blasting my girl. Like, yeah, bitch, feel good in public. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Hey, we all hope to be like Chad one day. You know what I mean? slanging meat so fucking good that, you know, she's just like, you can do whatever you want to me. Hey, down with it. Down with it. All right, this will be our last one for this thread. What's the most NSFW thing you've seen at a concert? Foo Fighters set at the Street Scene San Diego years ago. A guy climbed up on stage and Dave stopped and said, "You have the balls to get up on my stage, but do you have the balls to show these people your balls?" So the guy pulled down his pants and we all saw his junk on the big screen. Then Dave said, "Have fun getting arrested, you fucking idiot. Good time." That's crazy. That's crazy. Bro, Dave Grohl set you up. That's insane, bro. My man's out here in jail talking about, hey, man, you know, how did you go to jail? And he was like, Dave Grohl told me to show my dick to a crowd of 50,000 people. Did you do it? I'm here, ain't I? You know, like, bro, that's Chad right there, man. That's Chad for you. That's Chad Thundercock. Just out here slinging massive meat. You know, that is a total Chad right there, man. God damn. You know I wouldn't have the balls to do some shit like that. Fuck no. But I mean, at the same time though, it's like if Dave Grohl is calling you out, how you can't deny the man. Are you serious? You can't fucking deny the man. There's no way in hell you can deny the man. You know, that, God damn. That seems like some type of shit Ronnie Radke would do. You know what I mean? Like, out of all the shit that dude's done, I guarantee you there's been a time where he's just been like, yeah. He's like, hey, you got the balls to be on my stage? Like, I bet you don't have the balls to show your balls. You know, that is something so Ronnie Radke would do, man. God damn. If you don't know Ronnie Radke or Dave Grohl, get cultured, swine. All right. Oh, but hopefully you guys enjoyed that thread, man. I know I did. That was a fucking juicy thread. Jeez, man. Brought back a lot of memories for me. God damn. All right. Hope you guys enjoyed that thread, though. If you have ever seen anything crazy or not safe for work or whatever at a concert, put it down in the comments, man. Definitely let me know. Woo! We are moving and grooving through the episode. So patreon.com/Am I the Asshole podcast, an exclusive episode every single Friday, as well as being able to send in your scenarios, all for $3 a month, man. If you are kind of on the fence about the Patreon, last week on Friday, we did a free Patreon episode. Go check that episode out. All right. Check that episode out. See, you know, if it's your jam, see if it's something, you know, you're like, oh, you know what? All right, and get on over there and partake in over 100 hours of content over there. I got a fuck ton of hours of episodes over there, man. So again, over 100 hours of content, $3 a month, man. Get on over there, check it out, support your boy. I appreciate it. But if you are a free 99 supporter, it's all good. I love you just the same. So my audio listeners out there, definitely keep downloading the podcast. Rate 5 stars on your preferred platform. It helps out a lot, and it's all for free, baby. It's all for free, and it helps me out greatly, okay? If you want to help out even more on the free 99 side of things, follow us on Instagram as well as TikTok. I post on Instagram and TikTok 3 times a week. I post on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. All right. So every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I am posting a clip on there. So, you know, get on in there, check out the clips. I always post the clips that I'm posting are of the episode that is coming out the next day. So it kind of gives you a little sneak peek into what we got going on for the next episode. So definitely get in there, check that out, support us over there. If you know, you're on the YouTubes, subscribe to us on YouTube. If you're an audio listener, just go onto the YouTube, hit the subscribe button. It helps out a lot, man. We're hoping to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of this year. I hope we can hit that goal. I really, really do. So help us out on our mission to 2,000. All right. So appreciate you guys so much. Without further ado, though, let's get into you guys' scenarios. I'm ready for this. I hope you guys are as well. So our first scenario is, am I overreacting? My boyfriend sent me his ex's nudes.
What? What did he say?
Why? Why would he send you, his girlfriend, naked pictures of his ex-girlfriend? What? Okay, let's get into it. Let's see what's up. Keep that in mind. I have a praise kink, okay? And as part of that, I asked my boyfriend to compare me to his exes and compliment me in the past. I know it's not exactly healthy and weird, but it's a guilty pleasure of mine, and I'm not proud about that. When we were chatting today, I was curious about his exes. I was asking things like why you broke up, how old he was, etc. He then asked if he should send a photo of his exes, and I thought he meant one showing her face. I said, yeah, why not? But he ended up sending me a video of her orgasming. Whoa.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Okay. When I saw the video, I felt really shitty for watching a video of another girl without her knowledge, and I just got worried about my nudes as well. I started arguing with him, and he said that he forgot about the nudes of her and said, you asked for them. Bro, no. Okay, first off,
Stop the cap.
because you have the nudes and you sent them to her, so you didn't forget about them. All right, that's straight cap. All right, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. That's crazy. Okay, and then two, it's like, bruh, why do you still have nudes of your ex on your phone? I mean, I get it to some degree, but at the same time, it's like, if you're going to have nudes of your ex-girl on your phone, your current girl shouldn't know. Like, let's just be straight here, man. If you're going to do it, don't let them know. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm a proponent of, I don't have nudes of girlfriends on my phone. I tell girls that I date, no, you're not allowed to send me nudes. And if they do send me them, I don't save them, any of that bullshit, because I'm the type of dude where I don't like all that shit, because that stuff can get out. Even if you guys are still together, it can get out. You know, shit can get leaked, whatever. And I do not want my girl exposing herself like that. No thanks. Don't want that. If I want to see you naked, you know, and if I want to see you booty cheek naked, I'm going to be like, come over to my house and get booty cheek naked. Or I'm going to go to your house and see you booty cheek naked. All right. I'm not about to, I don't need you to send me pictures and all that kind of, no. We ain't doing all that. And I always tell girls, do not send the dudes or even your boyfriend booty cheek naked pictures. Because some of these dudes are vindictive and they'll be using them against you, and I'm going to post them online, and you know what I mean? They become little sniveling bitches and want to use them against you. Don't do it. It's stupid. You know what I mean? If you want them to see you booty cheek naked, be like, hey, yo, man, get your ass over here so you can see me booty cheek naked. And, or if you want to do the whole, you know, nudes thing or whatever, that's fine. Do it on like FaceTime, or do it on Zoom, or whatever you young kids use. I don't know. FaceTime usually is the one you use. You do it like that. That way it's like, oh, I can still see you, you know, booty cheek naked, but at the same time, you know, it's not something that can be like used against, you know what I mean? That can be used against her. I mean, like, I don't know. I guess that's just my 2 cents about it. It ain't gonna stop you motherfuckers from sending some booty cheek naked pictures. That's cool. I started arguing with him, and he said that that he forgot about the nudes of her and said you asked for them. I thought he was going to send me her face. Now I'm really worrying about my nudes as well. Am I the asshole here because I said yes? Am I overreacting? Damn, that's kind of a tough one. I mean, I want to say no, because you didn't ask to see all that. You know what I mean? But at the same time, you didn't ask for like a specific picture. You should have been like, oh, you know, send me a picture of her face. But again, did you really have to ask that? You know what I mean? It's like, you would think he would just understand, like, oh yeah, here's a picture of her face, or here's like a simple picture of her. I know if my girlfriend, for whatever reason, asked for a picture of my ex, you know, obviously I wouldn't have one on my phone, for first of all. And then second of all, if I did, it would just be a normal ass picture. Like, bruh, the fuck are we talking about here? You know what I mean? Like, that's just kind of weird. Or I'd have been like, here's her Instagram. You know, we could have done that. And that's kind of what he should have did. But this just lets me know that, yeah, homeboy, if I'm being straight with you, he probably gonna keep your nudes too. And I don't think he's gonna show other girls, or but he might show the homies. And the homies might have already seen your coochie and your titties. I ain't gonna lie to you. The homies are probably, because some dudes are stupid like that, and they be sending shit like that. And I'm like, nigga, man, what are you doing? You know what I mean? Like dudes be trying to, like, even my friends, they be trying to, like, oh, bro, look at my girl. I'm like, nah, bro, no, dude, no. I don't want to see your girl naked. Like, I don't want to see that. I don't want to see your girl doing something sexy. I don't want none of that. That's for you, bro. That's for you. I don't know why you out here trying to send that. No, man. No. I don't fuck with it when it comes to, like, my friends and their girlfriends. I don't fuck with that shit. That's a thing where it's like, I expect my privacy and, like, intimacy with my girl to be for me and me alone. And that's what I'm going to give you, is the privacy and intimacy of just you and your girl alone. You see your girl naked and doing sexy shit. Not me. You know what I mean? Not me. I'm that friend that I'm like, nope, no, I don't want to see that shit. And I be telling niggas, I be like, don't show anybody that. That's for you. I mean, you could tell me about it, but like, oh yeah, my girl sent me a picture of, her spreading her booty cheeks or something like that. And I'd be like, oh shit, to get it, king, but don't show me. That's crazy. No. We don't do that. We don't do that. That's craziness. But I guarantee you, your boyfriend is that guy. Your boyfriend's that guy to be showing friends. And I don't think he sends them. I think it's a thing where he shows them on his phone. Like, hey, look at my girl's titties, bro. Them shits is nice, man. Damn. Hey, you want to see her coochie? Oh, yeah. Look at that shit. Ooh, that shit tight, ain't it? You know what I mean? God damn. I'm telling you, man. Yeah. Woo. But, I mean, again, I don't think she's the asshole. I think you should have just been a little more, like, I guess, because, like, again, because I was going to say, oh, you should have just been more descriptive. But again, it's like, why would you need to be more descriptive when you're assuming, he's just going to send a normal ass picture? I would assume the same thing. I would assume motherfucker's just going to send a normal ass picture. But I don't know. That's my 2 cents. You guys let me know. Is she the asshole? Is she not? Is she in the wrong? Is she overreacting? I kind of think that she isn't, if I'm being straight with you, just because I think her boyfriend's weird as hell. You know what I mean? I think he's showing all his friends and people her nudes and stuff. That's what I think it is. I think there's more people than just your boyfriend that have seen you naked. You know what I mean? I can guarantee that. There are more people than just your boyfriend that have seen you naked. Guarantee it. All right. On to our next one. Am I the asshole for telling my sister to just wear the stupid dress for her husband and stop overthinking it? Okay. My sister Becky and some friends were out shopping. She vented about being in a roommate phase with her husband and said the last thing she did to work on it was ask him to send her an example of a dress that he found sexy with the intention of her buying it and wearing it for him on a date night. She showed us the dress to mixed reactions. She obviously hated the dress. It was a very club wear type of dress, tight and short with thin straps and a plunging neckline, a slit up the thigh, etc. Like if you Googled generic sexy dress, I bet it would come up. Her friends jumped in about how it was gross and sexist and said a lot about who he is and what he values. A lot of this is how he expects you to dress and you're just a trophy for him. What? What kind of feminist garbage are you bitches spewing out? Oh my, okay, we'll get back to that. What the fuck? I thought this was a huge overreaction. Facts. Like, it's definitely not her style, but I didn't think it was that bad. So I told her to just get the dress and stop overthinking it. They tore into me saying I'm a pick me. Exactly. And how he should love her how she is instead of trying to get her to change into something she's not. I said I don't think that's what he's trying to do, but that's how she told. Hold on. But that told me that I don't get it. Okay. I am so weirded. I'm so worried. Sorry. I'm so worried that me saying. Hold on. I am so worried that me saying to just get the dress was the wrong thing to do. I do have trouble knowing when people want to support and encourage versus solutions. Did I misread the situation and this was a support, not solutions type of thing? Nah, bro, you did the right thing. You are the friend that's trying to keep this relationship together. Those bitches are trying to make her single. The fuck are we talking about? This whole pick me and, oh, he's trying to change you, girl. Now, bitch, get the fuck out of here. I guarantee you those bitches are single. Guarantee it, those bitches are single. And I guarantee you probably got a man. You got a man. Because think about it. She looks at it like, damn, my relationship is kind of falling apart. I want to do something to kind of spice my relationship up, to bring back the spark, to bring back the passion in my relationship. She asked her man, hey, this is a problem that we're having. What can I do to fix it? Which I think is an amazing thing. You know, not a lot of women really do that. Not a lot of women just kind of, they see what's going on and they just let the relationship burn. But for her, she's like, no, I'm fighting for my man. I want to keep him. So what does he need to do? And he was like, hey, I want you to wear this little sexy number. That would get my blood a pumping, you know what I mean? And I'm going to be pumping inside you. You know what I mean? And so she looks at it like, it's not really my style. I don't know if that's something. But for you being like, get the dress and just fucking wear it. That is for your man. This is the reason why you're doing this. You're not changing yourself. That's garbage. You know what I mean? He's not trying to make you into something that you're not. That is just some rhetoric bullshit propaganda that single bitches put out there because they can't get a man. You know what I mean? Like, let's be straight. That's some single girl propaganda bullshit because any woman with a man that she loves and respects, she's going to do those kind of things for him. She's going to sit there and be like, yo, we got a problem in a relationship. What can I do to fix it? And he gives the solution. And guess what? You do the solution. And what happens? The relationship gets fixed. It's like, bro. And if that makes you a pick-me, then by all gum, be a pick-me. Be a fucking pick-me. Why? Because the girl who is a pick-me gets picked. And you little bitches that want to be on your little high horse, yeah, you don't get picked. You're the ones that are chronically single, watching romance movies, hoping that a man's going to fall out the sky for you. That's who you bitches are. Get the fuck out of here with that crap. And it's a thing where you don't even have to wear that dress in public. You know what I mean? You really don't. Buy the dress, and then when that shit comes in, you wear it for him, and then you don't wear nothing underneath the dress. Don't wear nothing underneath the dress, you know what I mean? And then, you just, hey there, handsome. Hey there, sailor. I don't know, whatever you call this dude, and he'll be like, whoo. God damn. I'm going to need that. I'm going to need that right there. He going to be ripping that little dress off you. Like, bro, come on, man. You're not changing who you are. All you're doing is adding a spark back to the relationship. I see nothing wrong with that. But those single chicks, nah, fuck them, bro. They're not your friend. They're not. The girl that wrote in, she's your friend. She's your friend. She's like, I want to see you succeed. You know what I mean? Yeah, she's your friend. Fuck that other bitch. That other bitch, nah. Them bitches, they can go be single on their high horse somewhere else. They can go drink wine and be perpetually single for the rest of their lives. No. Be a pick-me girl. Be a fucking pick-me girl. Wear that dress for your man. And get humped. You know what I mean? Because obviously that's what you're trying to fix. That makes no sense to me. Why you would sit there and give dog shit advice to your friend who is trying to save her relationship. That's crazy to me, man. Nah, fuck that shit. Nope. No. You are not the asshole at all. You are not the asshole. Let me know what you think about it in the comments. All right, this is going to be our last one for today's episode. If you got this far, thank you so much. Love you. Appreciate you. Definitely, again, patreon.com/mytheasshole podcast. Support us on there. Over 100 hours of content. Audio listeners, keep downloading the show as well as rating us 5 stars and all that good stuff. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok. Subscribe to us on YouTube. All that Gucci stuff. Let's get into the last one. Am I overreacting? Boyfriend watching Chatterbait. Ooh, okay. For those who don't know, Chatterbait is like a live service thing where you can like watch it's like girls live streaming themselves, masturbating and being naked and all that kind of stuff. That's pretty much what that is. But yeah, okay. So my boyfriend and I have been together for almost 2 years. Early in our relationship, he mentioned that his ex was okay with him watching webcam girls because she wasn't really into sex. That's trash. I don't know why you would date a girl who's like, oh yeah, I'm not into sex. I would have been like, we are broken up immediately. The fuck are we talking about? I told him that I wasn't comfortable with that. I explained that my ex used to do the same thing, watch cam girls and openly drool over other women in public, etc., and it really affected my self-esteem. I understand that people beat their meat, and that's not necessarily the issue. It's just that in our relationship, we've always had open communication about sex. I'm always willing to explore new things and listen to his needs, and he's told me he feels fulfilled with our sex life. Recently, he admitted that he watched webcam girls multiple times a couple of months ago during a rough patch. He said it was a coping mechanism that honestly worries me. If we go through another rough time, will this become a recurring pattern? He swears up and down he wasn't watching any since and that he promises to not do it again. It also bothers me because webcam content feels more personal or intimate than just watching regular porn video, which I wouldn't love either, to be honest, and he always told me when he did. It was to the videos of me. I'm not sure if I'm overreacting or my feelings are valid. What do you all think? Am I being too dramatic? Please be honest. Okay. I don't think you're overreacting. Why? Because this will affect your relationship very negatively in the future. 1, homeboy's gonna have ED. Let's just be straight. Like, homeboy's gonna have ED in the next couple years. Did you say how old you guys were? No, you didn't. Usually they say like, 23 male, 23 female. But I want to say you guys are a pretty young couple. I would think you guys are probably early 20s, maybe mid 20s. But yeah, homeboy's going to have ED, and that's going to affect you guys' relationship in the future to where he's only going to be able to get hard to porn and like very excessive over the top shit. And that's going to affect you guys' relationship big time. 2, you do have a right, because I'm the type of person where I'm like, in a relationship, I don't think it's cheating, I don't think it's wrong to watch porn. I don't. But if it is live cam stuff, it's different. Reason being is because you are interacting and you are talking to the girl, and even if he isn't, he's just watching it, there's still the possibility that you can. And that's where I kind of draw the line, because a lot of times, when girls write in and they have an issue with, their boyfriend watching porn and all this kind of stuff, I'm just like, look, I do come at it from the ED angle where it's like, look, you know what I mean? If your boy is watching more porn than he's fucking you, that means he is not attracted to you sexually. And this is the only thing that gets him hard, because you don't get him hard no more. Yeah, I mean, you just don't. Having sex with you, it's not that it's boring. It's not that he don't love you. It's not that he just does not find you sexually desirable. That's just the way that is. You should get up out of that relationship. But, obviously with this scenario, she obviously gave the example of like, he said that he's fulfilled with the sex life. But I think what it is he's got what I call the Don John effect, where he gets more excited with porn theatrics than he does like with real sex. So like he wants you to be more like theatric, like, you know, you're moaning over the top, and you know what I mean, you're kind of doing the most, and that's what he wants. If I'm being honest with you, that is what's going to, I guarantee you do some shit like that, or just even ask him, oh, you know, do you want me to like be a little more like animated and stuff like that, you know, because I guarantee you start like moaning real loud and dirty talking a little bit and be like, fuck me, I'm your little slut and all that kind of stuff. Do some shit like that, and I guarantee you that you'll start to notice homeboys, you know, porn usage will go down a little bit. I ain't gonna lie to you, just because that's, I think, what he wants. He wants that theatrics of it. He wants the exaggeratedness of it. And I always say the Don John effect, because if you've ever watched the movie Don John with Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Scarlett Johansson, where he's the same way. He's dating a fine-ass girl like Scarlett Johansson, but he still likes watching porn more than he likes having sex. You know what I mean? And she finds, you know, that to be like appalling. She's like, what the fuck? Like, you got a real girl. Like, what the hell? But for him, he's just like, bro, it's boring. Like, I like the girl who's, you know, doing the theatrics and all that kind of stuff. So I don't think you're overreacting too much, just because it is live content. You know what I mean? It's not a thing where it's just a video and the girl ain't gonna contact him, nothing like that anyway. Even if he does leave a comment, whatever, like she ain't gonna give a fuck about that nigga. And then if something does reply to his comment on the video, most of the time it's a bot, or it's a nigga in India that's getting paid like 2 pennies an hour to respond to girls, you know, fucking Pornhub accounts or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's less intimate. So I understand why the whole like live aspect of it is what's got you worried about it. If I'm being honest with you though, I'm gonna be straight with you, girl. Get up out of this relationship, because if this continues on, your boy's gonna have ED. He's not gonna be able to get his dick hard. I've gone through so many scenarios and you know, situations like this on the show, and a lot of times the girls come back and they're like, yeah, we're not together anymore because, you know, he's got problems now, and a lot of times you just gotta let those guys go. You gotta let those guys go, because that's a battle you're not gonna win. And you want to know why that's a battle you're not gonna win? Because on here, he has so much variety and different girls he can look at the press of a button, that you're not going to be able to compete. You know what I mean? You're just not. And it sucks. It just is what it is. Homeboy trust me, he's more invested in that than he is in you sexually. I'm sure he still loves you and cares about you, and all the other aspects of the relationship I'm sure are great. But if sex is a big deal to you, and it is something that you need to feel the intimacy and to feel connected and all that kind of stuff, this is a relationship you should not be in. So, I don't know. And I think that's why he dated a girl that didn't like to have sex, because I guarantee you it was a thing where he was like, oh, I get to watch my cam girls and beat my meat and I'm chilling, and then all the other aspects of the relationship I can give to my girl, and we're chilling, we're happy, we're fine, you know? And I think that's how he was for so long, and I think that's why he dated a girl that was like that. And so once he got to you, you know, he's like, oh, well, damn, you know what I mean? I need some sex. And he's like, oh, well, shit, I'm so used to getting my rocks off, you know? So, like I said, I'm going to be blunt with you. Just get out of that relationship. You going to leave that nigga, let him beat his meat, let him do his thing. Let him have the porn. Let it win. Let it win. But let me know what you think about it in the comments, as well as everything that we've gone over to today. Love you guys all. Thank you so much for being here on this beautiful Tuesday episode. Sorry about my long rant in the beginning. I was, you know, it's just one of those things where, you know, we've hit the halfway point of 2025, and you know, I wanted to really talk about just how my year has been going so far, and I want to hear about your year so far as well. Get down in the comments, have a conversation with me. Appreciate you all. I'll see you on Thursday for our book Hooked. Again, I am taking book recommendations, so if you have a book recommendation for the next one, definitely put it down in the comments. If not, don't worry, I got some books lined up and ready to go, so it's all good. Love you guys all. See you on Thursday, and peace.